Came back from a filming session with one of my clients for their YouTube channel, and I saw this homeless person walking up and down the street. It's 4 degrees out and they just had snot just pouring from their face. Like I instantly was heartbroken seeing that, because if you guys know my channel, you know that I was dangerously close from being that person. YouTube literally saved my life. I mean, they're literally walking up and down the street with a baby stroller full of their stuff. I'm gonna go pick them up from some hot chocolate from Starbucks. I know it's not enough, but this is just really sad, man. Like, how is this still a thing? I know they have homeless people all over the world, but none of them has brought tears to my eyes compared to this person I just came across. Right now I'm driving around trying to see if I can find where they went. All right, I think I found them. Hey, super cold out here. You take this hot chocolate for me? Take care of yourself. What was that? It's from me. I don't know what that was about, but they just said, I'm not accepting this from anyone else. If it's from you, I'll take it. If not, I don't want it. And I said, it's for me. YouTube has saved my life. And the main reason that I really push starting a YouTube channel is because I believe that it can save yours also. Whether that's your career life, whether it's just connection with people, whether it's just telling your unique story, I do believe that you should start your YouTube channel like I talked about the other day today. We're gonna start a little fire today while I talk to you. Just buried my fire pit. So in 2017, I went through a divorce. And at the time I was running a business that was working with at-risk youth, and it was just something that gave me a whole lot of purpose. So when I ended up not being able to do that career anymore, I kind of was floundering and kind of flopping around trying to figure out what's going to be the next chapter for Courtney Gatlin. And the reason I'm telling this story is because I see so many content creators that have a unique origin story, that has something that they've been through that just completely changed the trajectory of their life. They pretty much 10x their life after they went through a difficult time. I'm losing my fire here. Kind of hard in the snow. So when I went back out to the job market, I was looking for different careers that were going to align with the type of skill set that I had. When I went on Indeed.com, what I found was apparently I was really proficient in SEO. I was proficient in I guess anything that was technology-wise, which my mom would say, I'm not surprised, you always were a techie kid. So I decided to turn my business into a more online structure. And I'm not just being biased about YouTube. I started my business on Facebook. I would wake up every morning, I would do something called Coffee with Court. And in that niche, I was focusing on life and relationships. It got a lot of traction on Facebook, but you know what I did? I took those videos that I posted and I did live on Facebook, I downloaded them and I repurposed them for YouTube. And I can tell you for the first 12 months, crickets, nothing. It did nothing. I quit, went back, quit. And I've talked about this in one of my first videos. So then I finally decided to go hardcore and just commit and just double down doing 3 to 5 videos a week. I didn't care if I had just came from a couple of different jobs that I had. I was working in a meat packaging factory. I was working in a foam creation factory, and I got the foam release all in my sinuses and come home just blowing out just some really nasty stuff. But I was absolutely desperate. I can remember there were people at the factories that kind of looked at me strange. They knew I had a certain level of success in the community. They knew I had a certain skill set. And I would be there listening to mindset podcasts, and one of them looked at me and asked me, dude, what are you doing here? Why are you here? And I pretty much told him my story. You know, I'm going through a divorce. I'm trying to make ends meet. I'm just looking for any and everything that can help me, feel alive again. So I doubled and tripled down on my research. Read books like Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And that's when I saw the shift, because it wasn't until I got serious about YouTube that the algorithm would get serious about me. They saw that I was a consistent brand. I was someone that was showing up every week. And after a while, they started rewarding me for that. You know the saying, if I would have known then what I know now, this is one of the channels that I created to kind of, bring that into fruition. If you're someone that's over 40 and you still want to make a YouTube channel, trust me, there are resources, there is information out there that can make that a reality. And not only will you have, it's kind of a successful channel, however you want to define that, but you'll also have more of a purpose. You'll have a community that has been looking for you all along. All I'm getting is smoke right now. This fire is becoming a big failure. So what are the things that you need to know in order to start a YouTube channel and to become someone that actually is competitive? I know people say this over and over again about thumbnails. It's true. You really do have to be competitive with your thumbnails. You have to do the research on how to make good quality thumbnails, but you also can't make thumbnails that isn't right for whatever niche that you're in. You can't just take, a random vlogger style thumbnail and try to throw it on a tech review channel. It probably isn't going to work out that well. I've seen people marry those two together, but it's really the luck of the draw when it comes to doing something like that. The next thing is you have to have really good storytelling. If you're someone who can just captivate a room, and just think about someone in your life that you just love talking to. Think about that person pretty hard. How do you speak to that person? Does it come free flowing? Is it easy? Do they sometimes say, oh, I can't get this, got to be quiet? That is your passion. That is the thing that you should be creating your channel on. I saw this lady who had a sewing channel where she would just set up a camera and she just sew, and she just sit there and have the camera angled in on her sewing board, and there are people by the thousands that come and comment on her channel and feel as if, this is the pastime that I would rather have outside of listening to more, how to start an AI channel. So guys, it looks like this fire is going to be a bust today, and I apologize. Wish I could have got it roaring more. But if you find this content valuable and you want to continue my journey with me as I give you all of the secrets as they come to my mind, I want you to consider subscribing to the channel because I'd like to talk to you. Leave a comment in the section and let me know if this video was something that resonated with you. And thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.